Hello, everybody. This is Nick Newman with the Conscienticon, where we share practical, spiritual, occult wisdom. And in this episode, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into opponent process theory and what that means practically in everybody's life and how you utilize this knowledge. So, opponent process theory is this theory about how the human system creates I guess a sensory universe within you, right? And that for every hormone that is exchanged, there is an opposite hormone that's being released in order to create a rhythm, a homeostatic rhythm within you. So there's all sorts of fun things. If you go and Google opponent process theory, you will see it has a lot to do with the eyes. When certain nerve cells are fired for long enough, the opposite are fired. So if you stare at an image for long enough, that's a certain, I guess I'd say, a bandwidth of color for long enough, and then look away, you will see when you close your eyes an opposite. So if you look at the sun, which I do not advise anyone doing, if you look at the sun and you look away and you close your eyes, you can still see kind of like a burning. And what's happened is those cells inside your eyes have fired so much that now they're calmed down, and the opposite starts to fire, the opposite signal. And this has a lot to do with the dopaminergic system, okay? So I study neuropsychology, and I'll be going to school for neuropsych next year, although I'm studying now and I've always been a big fan throughout all my college time, I guess. Psychology has been very important to me, and teaching has been very important to me. And I've been trying to find ways to regulate my dopaminergic system so I'm not too excited and I'm not too sad. And what I have come to find is that there's some serious truth in this. Anytime I get overexcited, or have or an amazing time, let's say go out and have an amazing weekend, the Monday that follows, or my work day that follows, is almost twice as miserable as a normal work day. And I wonder if people tell me in the comments below if that's how it feels like to you, if you're going through a week and then you get to the middle of that week and you feel a little bit better than you did on Monday, and then by Friday you're excited because there's like a weekend coming up. But those Mondays are painful. And I think this is due to the opponent process theory. Now, what's great to know is, like, I'm a hermeticist first of all, okay? And we believe in the law of rhythm. And the law of rhythm says that there's a compensation for every flow. Whenever energy goes one way, it compensates in the opposite way. There's a pendulum swing to everything within the universe. And it's really crazy to understand that there's a pendulum swinging in your dopaminergic system. Okay? And I believe it's called, let's see, dynorphin. So whenever you release an excessive amount of dopamine, the following few hours or the next day, your system will release something called dynorphin. And what that does is it actually puts your system in a state of pain. Interestingly enough, I believe personally that it's your system's way of forcing you to rest. Okay? So, I mean, I don't think today people take rest into account, and they don't understand what rest really is. Rest is a point in time where you have no obligation. You have nothing to do. You have nothing to really worry about. You don't have to go anywhere or do anything. That is a restful state. And people today, when they get rest, they take vacations from work and stuff. What they do is they actually, like, go out and work some more. Like, we'll watch my girlfriend will watch reality shows, and on these reality shows they'll go out on vacations. And what's funny is the vacations are always some sort of mess. There are people going way out of their way to go do something, and then there's trouble, like cars breaking down and stuff like this. And they don't really get rest, which is interesting. I think in America, rest like that is seen as wasteful time. And I think if you can incorporate enough rest within your life, you'll actually become more happy and productive. And this is because whenever you are going out and achieving great things, there is going to be whiplash back. There's going to be a period of time where your body forces you to calm down by putting pain on you, because pain and pleasure, from a biological standpoint, pain and pleasure are ways of getting you to do stuff or to not do stuff. That is your system's way. That's our sensory system's way of making us calm down and maintain homeostasis, because we cannot stay up forever. You cannot stay a high vibration forever. You have to compensate. You have people that want to strive to get to that high vibration all the time end up being manic. And I know this because I'm a person who has tried to stay high vibration, and what happens is I'll have one fantastic dynamite day where everything goes my way and I'm winning and I'm super excited and pumped, and the following day I will want to die. Like, I will just want to die. I'll feel like dying. In fact, I'll tell you a little story about one time I took LSD when I was younger, and the experience that night was absolutely beautiful. All the colors were vivid. We had everything I perceived was shifting and glowing and vibrant, and everything felt amazing and beautiful. And the following day, I sat on the couch crying. I cried because the world was like black and white. It was black and white. And then I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought the medicine was still in my system and I was still tripping. And then I end up looking up that that's a common side effect of taking LSD and other upping drugs like that. Even, methamphetamine and cocaine release huge amounts of dopamine. And dopamine is a hormone that gets you in the mood to pursue something. It feels good. It feels exciting. Happy. I guess it can create happiness in you in some sense, but really it's a pursuing hormone. And what happens is once you've released enough of that, you have a finite amount that your brain is going to release in a day, which is crazy. And then it's going to anchor that down. And not only is it going to anchor it down, it's going to take you in the polar direction, which is the principle of rhythm. The pendulum compensates. The swing to the right is the swing to the left. And so you are going to have the more exciting one day is, the following day is going to be just as dry as the day was exciting. It is a mirrored, what do we want to call it? A mirror symmetric response is what it's called. A mirror symmetric response. So it means it's the same but opposite. And so you feel just as trashy as you did good the day prior. So I just wanted this to be clear for people to understand that rest is absolutely necessary. The more stress that you put on your plate, you want to save your dopamine in order to pursue that stress, whatever it is. For example, I'm going through a divorce currently, and there's all sorts of paperwork to do, and there is, the dread of an upcoming court date, all of this, right? And what if I go out and I party and party and party and party, right? Because I'm trying to escape that dread. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to make the system or the tasks that I have to do twice as hard on myself because I saved no dopamine, basically. And so this is the main reason why, people should calm down on pornography, especially intense pornography, intensely pleasurable foods, and just to know that when you're overwhelmed with dopamine, you need to rest afterwards. If you do not rest, you are going to be in a lot of pain. And that's what people do to themselves cyclically on weekends and stuff. When I come back to work, I find people are completely drained and exhausted because they partied all weekend. They kept their dopamine levels high. And now they're going to pay for it with pain. And then they think that the job itself is causing that pain. As funny as it is, they think that the work that they do, I mean, I thought that it was just, okay, it's like the comparative nature of going from freedom to this feeling of restriction. It's like, no, it's even deeper than that. Your body is making you experience pain so it can reset your dopamine levels to a baseline level, so it can get you to pursue things that help you survive again. Absolutely phenomenal. So this is Nick Newman with the Conscienticon. I thank you guys so very deeply for following along and hanging out with me. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you think about Anna Lemke and the opponent process theory. And I thank you guys. I really do. I shout out to all of you patrons hanging out with me and helping me get through some of these rougher times of my life here. I appreciate it.